Hello everyone, we're about to drop in on a city that pulsates with history, power, and straight-up Americana, Washington, D.C. This ain't just some regular city tour, we're talking monuments that have witnessed history unfold, museums that'll blow your mind wide open, and enough stories to fill 1,000 history books. So strap in, smash that like button, and get ready to explore the top 10 places that make D.C. the capital of cool. Alright, let's kick things off at the National Mall, and no, I'm not talking about some giant shopping center. This place is America's front yard, a 2-mile stretch of green stretching from the Lincoln Memorial to the Capitol building. Picture this, you're walking this massive green carpet, monuments towering on either side, the sun setting, casting long shadows. It's like stepping into a history book, only way more epic. First up, you gotta hit up the reflecting pool. This thing is massive, reflecting the Washington Monument like a giant mirror. You can literally walk right up to the water's edge, snap a selfie with the monument in the background, and boom, instant Instagram gold. And speaking of the Washington Monument, you can't miss this towering obelisk. You can actually take an elevator to the top, and let me tell you, the view from up there is insane. You can see the whole city spread out before you, from the White House to the Capitol building. It's like having a bird's-eye view of American democracy. Trust me, you could spend a week exploring the National Mall and still not see everything. Next stop, the most famous address in America, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, the White House. This isn't just a house, it's a symbol of American power, the place where the leader of the free world calls home. Now I know what you're thinking. Getting inside this place is like trying to break into Fort Knox, right? Well, it's not impossible, but it takes some planning. You gotta book a tour months in advance, go through security checks that'll make the TSA look like amateurs, but trust me, it's worth it. Stepping inside the White House is like entering a time capsule. You can almost hear the echoes of history. Imagine presidents pacing the halls, making decisions that shaped the world. So whether you're a history buff, a political junkie, or just curious to see where the magic happens, the White House is a must-see. Alright, let's talk about a man who needs no introduction. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, the guy who saved the Union and the inspiration for countless memes. And what better place to pay homage to this American legend than the Lincoln Memorial? Now this ain't just some statue on a pedestal. We're talking a massive Greek temple, perched on the edge of the reflecting pool, staring out over the National Mall. You walk up these grand steps, and there he is, Honest Abe, sitting on a giant throne, looking out at the city he helped build. The first thing that hits you is the sheer scale of the place. The statue of Lincoln is massive, like 19 feet tall, and the words of the Gettysburg Address are carved into the walls, reminding you of the power of his words and the ideals he fought for. It's quiet, almost reverent, like you're in a sacred space. So take some time to reflect, to soak up the history, and to be inspired by the legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Buckle up, space cadets, because we're about to blast off to the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum, a place where the sky's not the limit, it's just the beginning. This place is a wonderland for anyone who's ever looked up at the stars and dreamed of exploring the cosmos. We're talking about the Wright brothers flyer, the Spirit of St. Louis, the Apollo 11 command module, the actual spacecraft that took humans to the moon. You walk into this place, and it's like stepping into a time machine. You've got vintage aircraft hanging from the ceiling, rockets towering overhead, and enough space artifacts to make your head spin. And the best part? It's all free. You can learn about the pioneers of flight, the brave astronauts who risked their lives to explore the unknown, and the scientists and engineers who made it all possible. So whether you're a space enthusiast, a history buff, or just looking for a mind-blowing experience, the National Air and Space Museum is a must-see. And don't miss the Coroner exhibit, a fascinating addition that showcases the latest in space exploration technology. Let's get down to business at the United States Capitol, the heart of American democracy. This isn't just a building, it's a symbol of the people's power, where laws are made and history is written. Walk up those grand steps, past statues of American heroes, and feel a sense of awe. The iconic Capitol Dome dominates the skyline, visible from miles around. Inside, it's even more impressive. The rotunda, statuary hall, and the Senate and House chambers are where the action happens. Sit in the gallery, watch debates, and see democracy in action. Take a guided tour, learn about the history, and hear stories of presidents and events. While you're there, take a stroll around Capitol Hill. Whether you're a political junkie, history buff, or just curious, the United States Capitol is a must-see. Alright, let's talk about a monument that's impossible to miss. The Washington Monument, a towering obelisk that pierces the DC skyline like a giant stone needle. This thing is seriously tall, like over 555 feet of pure American granite and marble, a fitting tribute to the big man himself, George Washington. First of all, the sheer scale of the thing is impressive. You stand at the base, crane your neck to look up, and you feel like an ant staring up at a skyscraper. But the real magic happens when you take the elevator to the top. The view from the top of the Washington Monument is breathtaking. You can see the entire city spread out before you, from the White House to the Capitol building, the National Mall stretching out like a green carpet, and the Potomac River winding its way through the landscape. So, take some time to appreciate this iconic landmark, to soak up the history, and to be inspired by the legacy of George Washington. Alright, art lovers, this one's for you. We're about to step into a world of masterpieces, a place where creativity knows no bounds, the National Gallery of Art. This ain't your grandma's dusty old art collection. We're talking about a treasure trove of paintings, sculptures, and art from around the world, spanning centuries of human creativity. First of all, the building itself is a work of art. We're talking neoclassical architecture, grand halls, soaring ceilings, and enough marble to make Michelangelo jealous. And then there's the art itself. We're talking about masterpieces by some of the biggest names in art history: Leonardo da Vinci, Rembrandt, Van Gogh, Monet, Picasso. The list goes on and on. So whether you're an art aficionado, a casual admirer, or just looking for a place to escape the hustle and bustle of the city, the National Gallery of Art is a must-see. Let's talk about Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of Independence and the third President of the United States. What better place to honor him than the Jefferson Memorial? This isn't your typical monument, it's a stunning neoclassical temple, surrounded by cherry trees that bloom every spring. Walk up the steps, past the columns, and there he is, Thomas Jefferson, gazing at the White House. The walls are inscribed with Jefferson's powerful words, reminders of the revolutionary spirit. Whether you're a history buff or just looking for a peaceful escape, the Jefferson Memorial is a must-see. Get ready to journey through time and explore the wonders of the natural world at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History. This place is a dinosaur lover's paradise, a gem enthusiast's dream, and a must-see for anyone who's ever been curious about the planet we call home. Step inside this massive museum and you'll be greeted by a world of wonders. From towering dinosaur skeletons to sparkling gemstones, ancient artifacts to fascinating exhibits on the diversity of life on Earth, there's something here to spark everyone's curiosity. First up, you gotta visit the Dinosaur Hall. You'll come face to face with a towering Tyrannosaurus Rex, marvel at the massive Triceratops skull, and learn about the creatures that roamed the Earth millions of years ago. And the best part? Like all Smithsonian museums, admission is free. That's right, you can explore the wonders of the natural world without spending a dime. So whether you're a budding paleontologist, a gem enthusiast, or simply curious about the world around you, the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History is an experience you won't want to miss. Prepare to be amazed by the largest library in the world, a treasure trove of knowledge, history, and culture, the Library of Congress. This isn't your average library, it's a vast repository of human thought, creativity, and imagination. With millions of books, manuscripts, photographs, films, and more. Step inside this architectural masterpiece and you'll be greeted by a world of wonder. The Great Hall, with its ornate ceilings, marble columns, and stained glass skylights, is a sight to behold. Explore the library's vast collections and you'll discover treasures from throughout history. From original copies of the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights, to ancient manuscripts and rare books, the Library of Congress holds some of the most important documents and artifacts in human history. And the best part? Access to the Library of Congress is free. That's right, anyone can apply for a reader card and explore the library's vast collections. So, whether you're a history buff, a bookworm, or simply curious about the world around you, the Library of Congress is an experience you won't want to miss. That's a wrap from the capital of the free world. We've walked the halls of power, explored the wonders of science and history, and soaked up the creative energy of this amazing city. But DC's more than just monuments and museums, it's a living, breathing city with a heartbeat all its own. So get out there, explore, discover your own hidden gems, and make some memories. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join me on the next adventure as we continue to explore the world, one city at a time. Peace out.